Hi, I'm Alex. Before we dive into today's story, make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an intriguing exploration into the world of wealth and power, where we dissect the intricate relationships that shape our global economy. The International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the World Bank are often regarded as the gatekeepers of global finance, wielding immense influence over the economies of nations across the globe. But how much genuine power do these institutions truly possess? And what are the real implications of their actions on the financial stability of countries? Today, we'll unravel the intricate web of international finance that connects the IMF and the World Bank, examining how their decisions create ripples that can either uplift or destabilize economies around the world. Founded in 1944 during the Bretton Woods Conference, the IMF was established to promote international monetary cooperation and ensure financial stability among its member states. Today, it comprises 190 member countries, making it a crucial player in the global economy. The World Bank, created alongside the IMF, focuses on providing financial and technical assistance specifically to developing countries with a mission to reduce poverty and foster sustainable development. However, what occurs when the very institutions designed to assist nations become tools of power and influence that can dictate economic policies? Consider this. As of 2021, the IMF had disbursed over $1 trillion in loans to various countries, a staggering figure that underscores its role as a financial lifeline. However, these funds often come with stringent conditions, requiring nations to implement significant economic reforms that can compromise their sovereignty. For many nations, taking an IMF loan is a necessary lifeline, yet it raises critical questions about the balance of power. When a country accepts an IMF loan, is it effectively surrendering its economic autonomy? The answer is complex, as evidenced by numerous case studies throughout the decades that illustrate both the potential benefits and the pitfalls of such arrangements. Take Argentina, for instance. In the late 1990s, the country found itself in the throes of a severe financial crisis, prompting the IMF to step in with a staggering $57 billion bailout, the largest in its history at that time. However, the conditions attached to this funding mandated harsh austerity measures that led to widespread social unrest and economic hardship. By 2001, Argentina defaulted on its debt, resulting in a complete economic collapse that left millions in poverty. This situation exemplifies the precarious balance between assistance and control, where the IMF's involvement, rather than facilitating recovery, exacerbated the crisis and highlighted the potential consequences of external economic intervention. Similarly, the case of Greece during the European debt crisis illustrates the profound implications of IMF involvement. In 2010, Greece received a bailout of $110 billion from the IMF and the European Union, coupled with stringent conditions that required the implementation of severe austerity measures. These measures sparked widespread protests and deepened societal divides, leading to widespread disillusionment among the populace. By 2015, Greece was still grappling with economic instability, and many citizens felt that the IMF's involvement had transformed their nation into a mere pawn in a larger geopolitical game, raising critical questions about the ethical implications of such interventions. However, the World Bank's role in global finance should not be overlooked. With its emphasis on development projects, the institution often finances large infrastructure initiatives like dams, roads, and schools. While these projects can stimulate growth, they also carry significant risks. The Sardar Sarovar Dam in India, funded by the World Bank, is a prime example. Although it promised to provide irrigation and electricity, it ultimately displaced thousands of people and ignited controversy over its environmental and social impacts. The backlash against the World Bank highlighted the ethical dilemmas inherent in prioritizing development over the lives of those affected, leading to a reevaluation of its funding practices and a growing demand for more socially responsible investments. The intertwining of the IMF and World Bank with global politics cannot be ignored. The influence of major economies, particularly the United States, plays a significant role in shaping their policies. As of 2021, the U.S. held approximately 16.5% of the voting shares in the IMF, the largest share among member countries, which means its interests often dictate the agenda. This has led to accusations that the IMF and World Bank serve as instruments of American foreign policy, promoting neoliberal economic models that may not align with the diverse needs of all member countries, particularly those in the global South. As we analyze their impact, it's essential to highlight the growing criticism directed at these institutions. Movements advocating for debt relief and fairer economic practices have gained significant traction, particularly in the global South. Countries like Ecuador and Bolivia have pushed back against IMF conditions, striving to reclaim their economic sovereignty. This resistance has sparked a broader conversation about the urgent need for reform within these institutions. advocating for a more equitable approach to international finance that respects the autonomy of nations while addressing global economic disparities. In recent years, the IMF and World Bank have attempted to adapt to this changing landscape, recognizing the need to address pressing issues such as climate change and inequality. The 2021 COP26 climate conference was a pivotal moment, during which the World Bank committed to increasing its climate financing, pledging to invest $200 billion in climate-related projects over the next 5 years. However, many skeptics question whether these promises will translate into meaningful change or if they are merely a response to growing pressure from activists and developing nations seeking accountability for past actions. The turning point for these institutions may lie in their ability to genuinely engage with the countries they aim to assist. The COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the vulnerabilities of many economies, prompting urgent calls for a re-evaluation of the global financial system. The IMF's allocation of special drawing rights in August 2021, totaling $650 billion, was a significant step towards providing liquidity to struggling nations. Yet the distribution of these funds raised concerns over equity, as wealthier countries received a disproportionate share compared to developing nations, further exacerbating existing inequalities within the global economic framework. As we reflect on the role of the IMF and World Bank, it becomes evident that their influence is both powerful and complex. They are not merely financial institutions, they are pivotal players in the global economic landscape, shaping the futures of nations through their policies and funding decisions. Their actions can uplift or undermine economies, depending on how they navigate the myriad challenges of a rapidly changing world that demands greater accountability and inclusivity in international finance. If you found this exploration into the IMF and World Bank enlightening, don't forget to like and comment below. Share your thoughts on how these institutions can evolve to better serve the global community. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll delve into the world of luxury investments and the wealthiest individuals shaping our economy today, illuminating the connections between wealth, power, and influence in our modern society.